Today, we're going to do a forensic breakdown of a new and frankly devastating form of attack. But here's the thing, it's not a hack on your computer or your bank account, not in the traditional sense. This is a sophisticated emotional and financial weapon, and it's aimed directly at the bond you have with your family.
Just imagine that call. It's 3 in the morning, the phone rings, and on the other end is a voice you would swear on your life is your child or your grandchild, and they're desperate, sobbing, in terrible trouble. This isn't just a random hook, you see. It's a precision-engineered emotional weapon, and this is the starting point for what we call the crisis circuit, a scam designed from the ground up to turn your love into leverage. So to really understand this threat, we have to deconstruct it. Think of this as a tactical briefing. First, we'll look at the compassion trap. Then, hijacking the protector reflex. We'll dissect the anatomy of the crisis circuit and explore why your brain believes the lie. After that, we'll get practical with building the family firewall, and we'll end with the mantra that saves. Okay, let's start with the core paradox of this entire scam. It's a cruel one. The more you love your family, the more deeply you care for them, the more susceptible you are to this specific kind of exploitation. Your greatest strength, your compassion, is literally repurposed as your greatest weakness. This is how the scammer sees your world. It's a complete reframing. To you, the family bond is sacred. To them, it's just a security vulnerability to be exploited. Your heartbreak isn't a tragedy, it's a trigger for action. And your compassion, well, that's the master key that lets them bypass every single one of your logical defenses. They are literally banking on the neurochemistry of your love to pull off a heist. Now, it's absolutely crucial to understand this isn't just a clever trick. This is a biological exploit. The scammers are targeting a primal, hardwired instinct. They are weaponizing your own biology to completely overwhelm your rational mind. The technical term for what's happening here is an amygdala hijacked. Your amygdala is that ancient part of your brain that processes fear and triggers your fight or flight response. When emotional arousal, that deep, gut-wrenching panic of a loved one in danger, gets high enough, your prefrontal cortex, the logical part of your brain, it effectively just shuts down. Your logical resistance to a totally strange request, like, say, wire me $10,000 in gift cards, it drops to absolute zero. The whole scam is engineered to induce this exact state. So how do they actually do it? Well, they use a very specific toolkit. First step is social media scraping. They find a target, someone posting just landed in Europe, and then they find their favorite grandma. Next, AI voice cloning. It only takes a 3-second audio clip from a social media post to create a perfect sobbing voice print. Then they add the final layers, temporal compression to create that false, frantic urgency, and forced secrecy to cut you off from anyone who could help. And let's be clear, the goal here isn't just simple theft. The end game is something security experts call emotional liquidation. The idea is to create a crisis so believable, so utterly terrifying, that you will empty your life savings to save a life that was never ever in danger. The financial loss is obviously devastating, but the psychological trauma, that realization that your own compassion was weaponized against you, that can be even worse.
All right, now we're going to get clinical. We're going to treat this like an intelligence briefing and break down the scammer's operational playbook, step by step. This is the crisis circuit, a 6-phase attack plan designed for maximum devastating impact.
Let's walk through this protocol. Phase 1, intelligence harvest. They find out who's traveling and, more importantly, who loves them. Phase 2, the voice cloning hook, a perfect, sobbing voice created from a tiny audio sample. Phase 3 is crucial, pretext and isolation. They'll claim a broken nose or a bad connection to explain why the voice might be a little off, and then they'll beg you, please don't tell mom or dad. Phase 4, authority handover. The call gets passed to a fake police officer, adding a layer of legitimacy. Phase 5, extraction. The urgency is spiked and they demand untraceable payment now. And finally, Phase 6, the exit. You get a fake case number, they disappear, and you're left there just waiting for a call that is never, ever going to come. So we've seen the how, now let's dive into the why. Why does this work so incredibly well? Look, it's not because people are foolish. It works because the scam is built on a very deep understanding of predictable cognitive biases, little glitches in our mental programming that can be ruthlessly exploited. The first big exploit is something called authority bias.
Our brains are simply hardwired to trust and obey people who seem to be in charge. So when that sobbing grandchild hands the phone to a calm, authoritative police officer, our natural deference to authority just kicks right in. It lends the entire absurd scenario this cloak of believability. We're conditioned to follow instructions from people who sound official, even when it's just a voice on a phone.
The second exploit is cognitive dissonance. This is that intense mental stress you feel when you're trying to hold two conflicting thoughts at the same time. On one hand, your logical brain is screaming, "Wait a minute, a police station doesn't take payment in Apple gift cards." But on the other hand, your emotional brain is screaming, "My grandchild is in danger and I have to help them now." The need to resolve that conflict is so powerful that your brain just chooses the path of action. The overwhelming need to help forces you to overlook all the absurdities. You have to understand this. This is not a technical hack. The scammer isn't exploiting a flaw in your phone's software. They are exploiting a feature in your human software. This isn't just a call, it's a frequency strike designed to activate the protector reflex, that deep biological instinct to save your bloodline at any cost. They are literally hacking your DNA.
Okay, we have deconstructed the attack. Now let's shift from analysis to action. This next part provides a clear, actionable protocol that your family can use to build an unbreakable defense against this kind of emotional hacking.
So here is the key question. When your amygdala has been hijacked and you're in a state of pure panic, how do you slow things down? How do you create just enough logical space to see the scam for what it is? The answer is a concept called verification friction. You have to deliberately introduce steps that force logic back into what has become a purely emotional situation.
This protocol is your logical weapon. Step 1 is the secrecy audit. Any request to not tell anyone is a massive red flag. Real emergencies welcome help. Step 2, the path shield. Hang up immediately and call your loved one on their real number from your contacts. Step 3, the code word. Every family needs to have one. Ask for it. And step 4, independent verification. Just announce that you're going to call another family member to confirm.
Memorize this sentence. Burn it into your brain. I understand the emergency. I am hanging up and calling his mother right now to coordinate. If this is real, she will know. This statement is so powerful because it completely breaks the scammer's control. A real official will understand. They'll expect it. A scammer, on the other hand, will immediately pivot to anger, to panic, because you've just destroyed their two most important tools, isolation and urgency. So we've gone through the tactics, the psychology, and the defense. It all really boils down to one simple principle, one core idea that distinguishes every real emergency from every single scam. This is the thought that shatters the crisis circuit.
The difference is actually pretty simple when you lay it out. A real emergency has a verifiable location, a hospital, a police station. A scam just has a voice on a burner phone. A real emergency welcomes coordination and help. A scam demands isolation and secrecy. A real emergency uses legitimate, traceable payment channels. A scam demands untraceable gift cards or crypto. You have to remember, true help never, ever demands silence.
So if you take only one single thing away from all of this, let it be this final shield. Just a simple mantra, I don't wire money to voices. I hang up and I verify. Your compassion is a superpower. Don't ever let anyone turn it into a weapon against you.